Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm Darren. I'm an amateur music producer under Default Mode Music, and I'm here to review Andrew Huang's monthly music production course. So just a little bit about me so you know why I decided to take Andrew's course. I'm a big music enthusiast. I play violin, trombone, and guitar fairly proficiently, but certainly not at a professional level. I've been in some bands, taken a few courses in college, and helped out a couple friends in the studio for a couple of sessions, but never really been paid a huge amount of money to make music. I've always loved music, and especially the tiny little details in records like a weird effect or sound, an interesting key change, weird mic techniques. So all of those things got me really interested in music production. When I heard about the course, I'd actually just cut back on my day job so I could make a little more time to make music. And I thought signing up for the course would be a great way to get me inspired, keep me accountable for my goals, and help me to progress as a producer. So let's talk about the big picture. The course is structured around writing, recording, and producing 3 polished songs in different styles. That sounded next to impossible for me because the last time I tried to write and record a song, it took me about 6 months to finish and I still was really not happy with the final product. Once I signed up for the course, I thought about taking some material that I had previously worked on or some ideas I've had lying around, but I really wanted to follow along the course as it was intended. Here's a sneak preview of what happened.
This is me, dead from the voices inside my head. This is me, dead, I'm free, and I'm leaving this behind.
You can check out the full recordings of those songs at my SoundCloud and Bandcamp, links are below. I'll also be doing a breakdown of my favorite project from the course, which is Coffee Dreams. That's a song I wrote entirely with samples from me making coffee in the morning, and that'll be in an upcoming video. So, back to the course. You follow along as Andrew makes these 3 different songs. He has a handful of concept videos that are around 15 minutes in length that explain some of the basic principles, like the different layers within an electronic song, the principles of synthesis, some song structure or singer-songwriter writing techniques. And then there's some much longer videos that are about 1 to 2 hours in length where you follow him along as he goes from start to finish or sort of start to midpoint of his different songs. And this really shows you his workflow, his thought process, and just really illustrates how he takes an idea from conception to a polished song. He didn't say this explicitly in his videos, but those 1 to 2 hour videos are definitely condensed from the total amount of time that it actually takes him to finish these songs, but it still really nicely captures his process. The first song is an electronic in-the-box production where he uses free samples and free sounds to make a song that's entirely constructed within the DAW, or the Digital Audio Workstation. The second song uses his signature I wrote a song using weird sounds techniques. He walks you through sampling techniques and synthesis and sound manipulation, sound design. And then his third song is more of a traditional singer-songwriter approach where he starts with writing some lyrics and writing a melody and then coming up with a chord structure and then recording live vocals as well as some live instruments. So what's the course actually like? Once you register, you get access to Monthly's learning platform, which has a homepage, a curriculum page with an outline of the entire course, a My Learning Path page, which basically keeps track of your progress through the course, and a My Peer Group page, which is kind of like a social media feed for showing posts from other classmates in the course. When I took the course, there was a cancellation policy where you had up to 5 days from the start of the course to ask for a full refund of the course if you decided you didn't like the structure. Before the course starts, there are a couple of short introductory videos to prepare you for the class, including an introduction to DAWs, some recommended equipment, a brief music theory primer, which is probably a little too basic if you're experienced in music, but is definitely helpful if you're brand new to music production. He also gives you a list of recommended equipment to have for the course. So what do you actually need to take the course? Well, If you're a complete beginner music producer and you're not really sure if you want to go deep into it, you could probably get away with just starting with a DAW and using your cell phone microphone to record samples. If you're serious about getting into music production, or you're already a musician, or you just really want to be enthusiastic about making really great music, you definitely want to get yourself an interface and a microphone. That could run you anywhere from $300 to $400 on the low end if you're buying new, or maybe a couple $100 if you're looking on the used market. I've been collecting musical instruments for about 20 years, so I've got a decent collection, and I've also got an interface and a microphone, so I didn't have to purchase anything else. I've also been using Logic Pro X as my main DAW, and so I stuck with that for this course. So once the class starts, the first few videos unlock and you're able to view them, as well as the first assignment, and you're given an assignment due date. You can submit your work anytime before the due date, and once you reach that due date, your work is shared with a few peers in your classroom, and you review each other's work. Once you've reviewed each other's work, a new assignment and a new video unlocks, and you follow that along to the next due date. The course is designed to walk you step by step through the music production process, so you can start from a simple idea and get to a finished song. I would argue that a couple of the steps are more like leaps or jumps, but you get there eventually. Most of the feedback that you get is from your peers, and there was also a Discord channel that was started so that you could participate in a group discussion. Andrew also does his best to listen to student submissions, but it seems like there are quite a few students, and so he's obviously not able to listen to every single submission and comment on everybody's music. I got a comment which was super exciting, so thanks to Andrew for taking the time to do that for us. So my overall thoughts on the course? I loved it, especially as somebody who works a day job and isn't a full-time musician. It was really helpful to have some peers who would follow along, as well as some deadlines to keep you on track with your learning. Andrew's videos were also super helpful in teaching some fundamental principles like terminology in electronic music, such as what is a pad or what is an impact, learning his ideas behind sound design and turning everyday noises into musical instruments or musical elements, as well as some brainstorming and songwriting techniques like how to come up with lyrics or how to start from a couple of chords and turn that into an entire song. His longer videos showed me a lot about his workflow, his thought process, and helped me understand how much detail and attention goes into his music. Time commitment. So when you sign up for the course, monthly says you should plan on spending about 7 to 10 hours per week on the course. That's about 3 to 4 hours of watching videos, plus 3 to 7 hours of working on the project, depending on how quickly you work. I definitely don't have that level of proficiency in Logic, and I'm also trying to produce music that I would be proud to hear on the radio. That means I spend a whole bunch more time looking up videos, learning new techniques, looking up shortcuts, setting up templates, so that I can hopefully produce music faster and more efficiently in the future. That also meant that I spent a whole bunch more time on the course than was predicted. I probably spent between 20 to 25 hours working on my projects each week, in addition to the 3 to 4 hours of videos. With that said, I got a ton out of this course, from those fundamentals I described earlier, to learning about Andrew's workflow techniques, to just hearing other producers come up with their ideas and see them grow them from a basic chord progression to a complete song. So who do I think this course is for? I think if you're a beginner to intermediate electronic music producer, or really want to get into music production with an electronic music slant, then you could definitely benefit from this course. If you're a more experienced musician who's maybe done more live work or studio sessions but hasn't done a whole lot of production, then I think you could also get a lot out of it as well. If you're a more experienced electronic music producer, well, you're probably already producing with Andrew anyways. So, that's my review of Andrew Huang's monthly music production course. I hope you found it useful, and if you have any other questions, definitely leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. Off the back of this course, I've decided to launch my own YouTube channel, I guess that's this YouTube channel, to connect and educate musicians like myself as I continue to try to improve my music production skills. Making music's been part of my identity since I can remember, and I've always found inspiration from watching other YouTubers like Andrew Huang go through their process. That's been part of what's kept me making music for my whole life. So I'm challenging myself to write one song a month, each in a different genre, for the next year, and tracking that progress here on YouTube. I'm taking November off to get the channel set up and finish reviews of the music I've already done, but starting in December, I'm hoping to write and record holiday music, whatever that means. I have a list of other musical genres that I might try down in the description below, but if you have other suggestions on things I should try, definitely let me know in the comments. If I'm lucky, I might have a few friends in the music scene help me out with some of these projects, and I hope that by vlogging about these projects, I'll help other musicians avoid the same mistakes that I do and inspire you to start your own projects. In the long run, I hope to create a community of music producers who enjoy learning collaboratively and support each other through YouTube and the internet. If any of that sounds fun, please like, subscribe, and share. In my next video, I'll be reviewing the songs that I wrote for this course and breaking down that Coffee Dreams song. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.